Alright, we are back with another Quest 2 side quest testing. This is Quake 2. Um, and this is a demo, so you can get and play exactly what I'm playing for free. If you want to play through the full game, you need to own a copy of Quake 2. And then, you need to have side quests running on your Quest 2, and you have this running, and then you need to copy the original files through side quests, preferably to get the enable the full game. But this is anything you see here right now, you can play right away if you have a Quest 2 and you have a side quest going for it. Hopefully the audio will be much better this time. There was distortion on the Doom 3, and I'm guessing that was something because the game was so loud. It sounded perfectly fine in the headset, but when it was casting, it was being distortion in the loud game parts. I don't know why. I'm hoping to not have to record too much of side quest stuff. Well, not really, but I prefer to record PCVR since it's so much easier and I can play it wireless and stuff like that and record it and get microphone levels different. I'm using my regular microphone. It fits nice. It's wired. It's very light wired, but I cannot move even if I wanted too much because I could get tangled in. But the audio should be top notch, as good as I can get it, and I should be able to adjust the levels of the game and my voice so I can speak through whenever I want. I don't have to wait for the game to be quiet, but it's good that in this game, if I do hear this background noise and then I go in the menu and it stops. It's really nice to have a menu that is just quiet, so you can maximize audibility. So when you get this running here, it's not crazy much you can change. I've turned down the volumes as much as I can. Otherwise, it's pretty much as it is. Comes out of the box here. I changed this to gaze, so where I'm look, I will be going. Nice little set here, nothing special. I found out that running is nice, but it was really fast, so I'm not running both for the video sake and just for general purpose. You can change stuff here. I don't know if I can turn this on or off. It is off by default, and I'm gonna keep it that because it looks really nice. Compared to the Doom textures, this looks really nice. And another thing, let me do quickly, hopefully everything's working here. So my battery level, when I'm starting from this point, is 58%. I'm gonna try to remember to pull that one out in the end so you know how demanding this is, but 58%. And let's just play a little bit. So one thing you can see is that you can only use snap turning unless you maybe can change it within some configuration files. I don't really like that. But if you play this, you can turn 360 degrees. Since it is running off the headset, you don't need a PC to run it, you just need a PC to install it. So you could just turn without snap turning or anything, just turn right, like, your body. But I'm gonna, for this sake, just keep it snap turning here. Here we go. We have a nice little laser pointer, really nice, helpful. It's quite dark. Maybe we can turn the brightness up a little bit. I don't want to do too much crazy, but let's, for the sake of the video, hopefully this will be, yeah, probably a little bit easier here to see stuff. So we have jump, crouch. They are being toggle, not toggle hold. And we can see this one, a little bit of information. My weapon. And switch weapon, I believe, with the right stick up and down. You click on the right stick to get your crosshair up. It's not as good, you know, when it comes to configuring the controls and stuff, like, or just the basic of it with snap and turning and other. The Doom 3 mod was better when it comes to configuring the controls. That's what I want to go for. It's not bad, you know, you can still do it. I just do not enjoy snap turning, and like there's no way to change that, right? No, exactly, there is no, and I cannot even change how much I snap turn. It's a little bit bad. Not, at least not in this mode you can't. But compared to the Doom 3, obviously this is less demanding. The textures and everything just looks very, very nice here. It's very nice that you can try this for, you know, everything here for free to see if you like it. You don't have to, you know, own it or buy it. Almost seems pretty good. It was a little bit of something there going on. Frame rate drop a little bit. Don't know exactly what frame rate, or, you know, if it's going for 72, 60 or 90, 120. I'm guessing 80 or 90. It seems pretty good. I don't believe it's 72. Definitely not 60. I get really like headache when it's 60. It is definitely terrible for me. Yeah, you can switch guns with the right stick. Go. Let's run, play a little bit here. Have a quick look-see. I'm more of the Duke Nukem guy and Shadow War guy, so. But I did actually play this game completely through several years ago, maybe, I don't know, 4 years or something, so that was interesting. But yeah, I do prefer Duke Nukem, so I'm not gonna do like a VR playthrough. I just want to check this, but this feels, you know, graphically wise, even if it's not as advanced, it feels more of a solid VR experience than the Doom 3 that I tried on through the side quest. I do believe, as I said, that there is another one in the Oculus Quest store that might be much more optimized and better. But yeah, for the Doom 3 I would have preferred to run it in PC VR with better sharpness on the textures and beef up the graphics. Here, I don't feel that I, you know, necessarily would want like a PC VR port to beef up the graphics. The graphics are really nice here and sharp. It's just the controls that would be fun to tweak. So, in that respect, it's really interesting to trying this one out. And there's no easy way to see the time, right? If I can go to maybe 20 minutes, see something, see how the battery life and stuff like that is gonna stack up. And also a little bit sad that you don't have toggle crouch, because it's impossible for you at this point in time to crouch and turn with the stick, so you gotta use the 360 freedom. That's, you know, obviously, since I have my microphone wire, cannot use. Okay, we cannot get there. Don't remember all the secrets, so I'm trying to just have a good look here. I don't know exactly how long this demo is, if it is 3 levels or something like that, so I do I do think this is more secrets available in this place. Really tricky to do this. Isn't there a seek? Oh, there we go. Little bit of. There we go. Interesting sometimes with the collision here. Oh, that's just to get here. Okay. But there is another secret. Isn't there? I sworn there is another one. Somewhere. Is it here? No? Okay. I think you can get the super shotgun somewhere in this place. Obviously, I could just crouch, down probably to get better. I'm gonna check a little bit. Have I checked everywhere? Uh-huh. Oh, okay, now it's the grenade you get here, okay. Really interesting to see that, compared to many, Quest games that might look even, better, these old ones still, I feel, even if the graphics aren't pushing the Quest 2, just the basic kind of like layout of the different levels and stuff are really nice. Should we try to see if we can beat the graphics up here? And I don't feel multi-sampling is crazy needed here, but stock filtering maybe? But let's see if we can do that. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I don't think the multi-sampling is really crazy neat, but it's still smooth here, so we'll keep it on for the video's sake here. More than 4 times could be necessary, not necessary, but could be visible. But I think that 4 times give me a nice, good, kind of almost natural depth of field feeling here. So. Whoa. Maybe we should try to... Let's also try to show off how it feels with this on. Yeah. Pretty good here now. Not too bad. We might be able to keep this one on. And obviously you don't need to have like the crosshair if you want more immersion. In games like this I feel it's more about, aiming like this. Obviously you can, but I don't know. Probably would use this because pretty accurate, but yeah, it's an action game afterwards, so I feel that I would prefer to use that. And my health, 112. Health is on the lower here, hope you can see that. Pretty decent placed. Maybe you can adjust that some. Let's move on here. Why did I get it? What? weird stuff. There we go. Was this shaky motion in the original? Because that is definitely going to be annoying if you like not using the crosshair. Minor things. And that's, you know, the creator of this modification have done a very amazing job. Even though, you know, I definitely wouldn't have in mind a little bit more of controller options, stuff like that, but it's still a very solid mod here, experience and performance wise, so. That is, down is up and up is down. I would have like to invert that. And what I mean with that is if you press down on your right stick, you choose your next weapon. Would prefer the up for next weapon, but that's just me personal, little other personal preference. Probably pretty difficult to aiming without the laser on this one. So yeah, working really solid here. And with the 2x multi-sampling it looks really nice, and the anisotropic filtering here on the 4x still running really nice. Obviously if you don't mind not using it, it should be less demanding on the Quest 2, and in the long run mean that it would be easier to get longer battery life. Because the heavier it is to run the game, the more power it's going to use of your Quest 2 and the less battery life you will get. Yeah, it seems to be a solid performance here so far. Tracking wise, awesome. I have no problems here. You have analog movement. So even if you choose to always run, you don't have to, you know, run. That makes no sense at all, maybe. But you can, you know, move slow. You don't have to run even since I have that enabled. But it is a little bit difficult to control this speed. It's easy just to go full throttle. If you are good, probably could change that to, you know, get nice and fine control of everything. Okay, I think I've done everything here. Is that? Oh, it is, okay. I did feel like there was something with the Doom 3 that make it more uncomfortable to play. I've adjusted the straps a little bit. It could also be that, you know, I felt even more tired yesterday. Now I'm more awake, but I have less of kind of like strain playing this than I had the Doom 3 for some reason. I think it's just a combination of the adjustment of the head strap and you know, being not as tired. That is probably the main reason for that. this opens elsewhere. Your princess is in another castle. I do know that you... I think at least that you can go down in the water here and go that way. Or is that the end? Okay, that's the super shotgun maybe. Somewhere down here. At least I think it is. The clock here. 12:05. Okay, we're gonna... What's my battery life? Okay, no problem. No problem. I'm thinking maybe go for another 5-10 minutes or so. Just to show off. I think you get a good idea of what game here is. The biggest thing I would say probably if you were to nitpick is that weapon wheel, like holding one of the it's not the trigger but the other button, the other analog button you have, the one that you don't, if you do that, so this you shoot that analog button, but the other one, to use that as like a weapon wheel would have been really helpful, because the cycle through the weapons in this game might be a problem might be pushing it, but a disadvantage definitely might definitely be a disadvantage. Alright, so you go here and then you go back and then you can go in there. Okay, but yeah, graphic is really sharp, really nice and everything. Tracking is absolutely no hitch, no problems here, very, very solid. You don't gonna have any problem with the occlusion. You can still use, overhand kind of aiming here to stabilize it. But you don't need it. But, it can be, depending on how shaky you are, you can, like, use one of your hand here, steady it up. Still is very, tracking-wise, is absolutely 100% here. I felt no problems or hiccups or complainings to be done. Overall, it is a really, really solid port. It's just a little bit more tweaking with controlling controllers wise that would make this a really like A plus. Now it's like maybe B plus, something like that. You're very, very, very near, or maybe an A, and then an A plus would be more controller options, something like that. We're gonna play a little bit more here, and then I'm gonna like summarize what I feel about it, and I'm gonna then see the battery life also, and end this video. I'm gonna try to remember to leave a link to the side quest version so you can try this. And I said everything you've seen up so far, you can try it for free on your Quest 2, maybe Quest 1, I don't know. The Quest 2, that's one I'm using, so that I can guarantee that it should work. If you have a PC, and if you can run side quest on your PC to enable this. A little bit of hiccup with the frame rate there, but so far it hasn't been a huge problem, and I have turned on the anisotropic filtering and MSAA. I don't really feel that the MSAA is the most important thing, so we could probably turn that one off, but anisotropic filtering is nice to have. Maybe keep that at 2 times to optimize the battery life and the performance, but it's haven't really been a problem. This still looks perfectly fine. Lose a bit of sharpness since you don't have the super sampling. Anisotropic filtering is good enough here. Not perfect, but it works. just before we end, I think I would like to just crank everything to the max to show you guys difference. You can really see like how it looks with everything just at absolute max. Ooh, rocket launcher. Remember a few of the secrets here. But yeah, weapon wheel probably is going to be that you don't have a weapon wheel access, you can't hot swap weapons. It's the absolutely biggest disadvantage to this mod here. Because having to go through all of different weapons, it's going to be problematic in some, you know, in fights where you kind of quickly want to swap and you have, is it like 8, 9 weapons, something like that? But I do hope at least that this time around the audio will be nice. It's using external mic here. You little shit. Oh, wrong button. If we do this one... Yeah, okay, there's nothing there. Dun 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 dun. No. It's a bit harder to control the recoil when you don't have the gun going, showing that there is recoil, but there is. If I spray here, you can see the bullets are going up, so you need to control the spray if you want to be effective with this one. You get stuck many times here, for some reason. Oh, there it was lagging, because you can get it by going here, and then there we go, and then you line yourself up, and well, a lot more difficult when you don't have your keyboard controls here, but that's how you get that one. Definitely feel the frame rate a little bit dropping here. Not as smooth as the previous sections. Not bad, it's still very much playable and everything. Do not jump down there, that's death if I remember correctly. Maybe not. I think you're supposed to go there sometimes, but not now, right? Or am I? Or maybe to hit that button? Whoa. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you see, you have a lot of weapons, which is, you know, obviously fun, but it makes it a little bit more tricky if you don't. You can't quickly swap between them like you can on the PC version, you know. Maybe on the console versions you have a weapon wheel also, I don't remember. think we're coming close to the end here. This is how you get that one. You can just jump down. If I wanted this, all you need to do is just line you up, then you can, and you get it. Unfortunately, doing so means that you need to go all the way around and back up again. I think this is locked, right? Yeah. Performance here are sometimes not as perfect. So let me show you. We're gonna end this here. So my battery life up till this now, 58, now it's 38. So 20% battery draw for this playing. And before we end, I'm gonna crank everything to the max. Yeah, so you can see like how it looks if you were to well, not max, we're gonna go, I think 4 and 8. That's realistic. You don't think you will benefit a lot higher, and definitely probably will not be able to run it at all. No. Oh man. All the way back. Well, it's still quite playable, but you can definitely feel it. The performance here is, like here in the more open areas it starts to have problems. Here we can again feel it. This is how it looks, and it, even the 2 times MSA is good enough. The 4 times here doesn't really, to my eyes, in the headset look crazy different, because what you're gonna see recorded obviously is not exactly what you see if you're playing this in the headset. Might be close, but not, exactly like it. In some cases, most likely it's, what you see is much higher quality than the actual headset itself. Is a new weapon? Oh, it is. Cool. So yeah, it's fine. You have all this weapon, but swapping between them is definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, so we're gonna and just so you can see, we do this is the default quick before we end here, because my battery obviously 38% is gonna keep dropping here, and I don't want to run it all the way down to the bottom. So still very enjoyable graphical like this, a little bit of a softer look. It's mostly the anisotropic filtering that I notice a big difference here. If you look at here, the tile is sharp, quite sharp. Here is getting fuzzy, quite fuzzy, super fuzzy. Biggest difference with the anisotropic filtering here. That was weird. So, you probably should just run it like the default like this for the most smooth experience. Oh, okay, we're dead here. What? Hello? Ooh, alright. Yeah, probably keep just the graphic at the default. It's very minor the the graphical stuttering very minor. It still happens, so you probably could maybe use like the 2 to 4 times anisotropic filtering, and maybe depending on how sensitive you are, you could maybe even try 2 times MSAA, and that is probably going to be more than enough. And I think this is a good showcase. I am not gonna play through all this game, as I said. I prefer Duke Nukem and Shadow War and stuff, but it's fun trying this one out. Really nice. It's a solid experience. I don't remember where to go anyway, so that's a good way to end this. Yeah. So let me do that. We're gonna try to end this video right here for you guys. Hope you enjoy this. It's been really fun trying this, and hopefully the audio levels now should be nice, and hopefully there isn't crackling, because the Doom 3 crackling, it wasn't in my headset. It absolutely sounded perfect, but when it was recorded, there was crackling, so I couldn't really do anything about it. Because, I could do nothing. There's no audio settings within the Doom 3, so in this I try to lower them as much as possible, the audio. It still seems to be quite of a high level, so I can't tweak it more, but yeah, I hope it's gonna be good enough. At least the microphone, so I can see, it's much more powerful and should be cleaner signal here. So I hope this video was more enjoyable in the audio way, and I just gonna try to remember to link everything below so you can check this one out. And as I said, everything you see in this video is available for you 100% free to try. And then if you like the full game, you can get that, and you can get those full game files into the Quest 2. And if you play through that and enjoy the mod, you can support the mod through a donation. The same was for the Doom 3. I forget to mention that, but obviously if you really enjoy it and you play through whole the game, maybe a small donation is a very nice appreciated if you can afford that. Even $1 probably is a very nice gesture. So yeah, if you have the money and you play through all of this with this mod, consider maybe if you can get a nice little donation going for the developer to keep continue doing mods like this. And that is all for this video. Stay tuned for more. There is one side quest definitely left that I will be doing quite soon, and it's gonna be a FPS classic shooter, just like this, a mod. So something like this to look forward